was a spur of the moment decision when my husband and I decided to go on a camping trip to the Netherlands with our friends. Well, we had never gone to camping before, but we were super excited to try something new. And so we started our journey by taking the S-Bahn and then an intercity train from Hamburg to Bremen, where we were supposed to meet with our friends. It approximately takes 1 hour from Hamburg to reach Bremen, and from there we picked up our rental car and we hit the road.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज आप में देखेंगे कैंपिंग कैसे करते हैं।
The drive to the Netherlands was long, but we made the most out of it by singing along to our favorite songs and snacking on the chips and candies. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't fully on our side. Despite the forecast predicting sunny skies, we were met with cloudy weather for most of our trip, and unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but we got to see the sun just after reaching Netherlands. As we made our way towards the destination, we realized that the journey was longer than we had expected. We were getting quite hungry, so we decided to have our lunch. We found a nice spot to stop. Although we were not quite sure where we were, it turned out to be a small rest area with some picnic tables and benches. We sat down and enjoyed our meal, taking in the surroundings and stretching our legs before continuing on our way. And I'm so sorry I forgot to take the videos in that location, as we were all so much focused on eating the delicious meal prepared by my husband before we started. After a long journey, we finally arrived in the Netherlands and made our first stop at a destination famous for its ancient windmills. As we drove closer to the site, we could see the massive windmills rising up in the distance. However, as we got closer, we realized that the place was much more crowded than we had expected. We struggled to find a parking spot, but were lucky enough to find one after a bit of a struggle. I had been recording the video from the very start of our journey. However, as a beginner videographer, I found myself struggling with the camera settings. I tried to adjust the settings on my camera as best as I could, but I knew the video wouldn't be perfect. But still, I continued recording, determined to capture the beauty of the windmills and the countryside as best as I could. Despite the challenges, I was excited to review the footage and share it with you guys. Despite the crowds, we decided to explore the area around the windmills. The landscape was beautiful, with the vast fields stretching out in every direction. The windmills themselves were impressive, towering above us, with their giant blades spinning in the wind. Although the place was quite stunning, we couldn't help but feel a little disappointed that it was so overcrowded. It was nothing like the serene and the peaceful images that we had seen online. Nevertheless, we were glad to have visited and experienced it for ourselves. After spending a good amount of time exploring the windmills and the fields, we finally headed towards our camping site. We had been on the road for a while and we were starting to feel a little hungry again. We decided to stop for some evening snacks and we were lucky enough to come across a small cafe tucked away in a little interior area hidden from the tourist crowds. The place was cozy and welcoming with a warm and homely atmosphere. We ordered some snacks and drinks. It was a lovely and an unexpected stop of our journey, and it gave us a chance to recharge and reconnect with each other before continuing on our adventure. After leaving the cozy cafe, we got back on the road towards our camping site. On the way, we stumbled upon a beautiful field of flowers, and we decided to stop and enjoy the stunning sunset. The view was absolutely breathtaking, and we took advantage of the opportunity to capture some of the most amazing pictures. However, our enjoyment was cut short when we were approached by someone who informed us that we were standing on a private property and we needed to leave. We apologized and quickly packed up our things and we left. We couldn't stop but feel embarrassed of our mistake. We finally reached our camping site late in the evening and quickly set up our tents. We were all extremely hungry at this point, so we headed out in search of a restaurant for dinner. Unfortunately, all the restaurants in the area were closed, but we were lucky enough to stumble upon an Indian restaurant called the Taj Mahal that was willing to serve us even though they were about to close. We enjoyed a delicious meal and then headed back to our tents for the night, exhausted but happy after a long day of adventure and exploration. It was a great start to our first camping trip and we couldn't wait to see what the next day would bring.